Japanese geography. Japan consists of islands that lie along the Pacific Rim east of China and across the Sea of Japan from the Korean Peninsula. Most of the archipelago, which has more than 3,000 islands, is just north of 30th latitude. 4 islands make up most of the country: Shikoku, Kyushu, Hokkaido, and Honshu. Japan is spread over 6,000 islands and has the surface area of 377,915 kilometers, making it slightly larger than Germany or somewhat smaller than the US state of California. The country has a slowly shrinking population, and the proportion of older people is rising. In 2021, 125 million people live in Japan. The national capital and the largest city is Tokyo. Other major cities are Fukuoka, Fukushima, Kobe, Kyoto, Nagoya, Osaka, Sapporo, Sendai, and Yokohama. The official language is Japanese. Japan has the world's third largest economy, having achieved remarkable growth in the second half of the 20th century after the devastation of World War II. Its role in the international community is considerable. It is a major aid donor and a source of global capital and credit. Japanese system of government. Japan is a constitutional monarchy with a parliamentary system of government based on the separation of power. The emperor is the symbol of the state and does not hold political function, only performing ceremonial duties. Nevertheless, he can play a relevant diplomatic role. Leaders. Head of State, Emperor Naruhito. Crown Prince Naruhito succeeded to the throne as emperor when his father Akihito abdicated on the last day of April 2019 after the reign of 30 years. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida, the succession of a political dynasty, won a snap election to become Prime Minister in October 2021, following the resignation of Yoshihide Suga, who had beaten him to the premiership of a year early.
History development of Japanese public diplomacy. Initial steps taken by the Japanese government seen on in 1951, which Japan for the first time registered country to become a member United Nations Education, Scientific and Cultural Organization, aka UNESCO. Through this organization, Japan tries to show peace-loving country by promoting art traditionally owned by Japan. In 1962, the government Japan establishes a teaching association Japanese to foreigners, Society for Teaching Japanese to Foreigners, in order to be able to use Japanese well, so provide energy opportunities experts from abroad to work in Japan without a hitch. The Japanese government sees the importance of teaching Japanese as a means of achieving the desired positive image achieved. So in 1972, the Japanese government established the Japan Foundation, which was originally a legal entity with the aim of promoting cultural exchange activities between Japan and other countries in the world. This shows the seriousness of the Japanese government in using culture as a tool of diplomacy. The establishment of the Japan Foundation in Indonesia is inseparable from factors anti-Japanese riots that occurred in several Southeast Asian countries. In Indonesia, this event is known as the January 15th catastrophe or Malari. Malari was motivated by dissatisfaction by some circles Indonesian intellectuals for the domination of Japanese capital in the Indonesian economy, so that this raises the anger of the people of Indonesia. After the Malari accident, Japan made changes to policy so far in order to maintain a good relationship with Southeast Asian countries, especially Indonesia. This is realized by Prime Minister Takeo Fukuda's visit to Manila on 18 August 1977 with the issuance of the Fukuda Doctrine. The content of the doctrine is Japan will trying to strengthen ties with countries in Southeast Asia with heart-to-heart understanding method. One of the efforts to achieve heart-to-heart understanding by holding cultural exchanges in person systematically between Japan and other countries by setting up representative offices to Japan Foundation in other countries.
Japanese diplomatic culture. Cultural diplomacy or diplomacy between culture has existed as a practice for centuries, whilst the term cultural diplomacy has only recently been established. Evidence of its practice can be seen through history and has existed for centuries. Like in Japan, MAOFA and the Japan Foundation or GF operate various projects to create positive images of Japan in foreign countries. Boost the value of brands throughout Japan while encouraging greater understanding of Japan and foster pro-Japanese individuals and groups for the future. For example, the cultural project of the diplomatic mission overseas introduced a wide range of Japanese culture from traditional to contemporary animation, manga, fashion, architecture, and design. MAOFA or Ministry of Foreign Affairs is implementing the Japan Brand Program to promote Japan's various charm from craftsmanship that aims to fuse tradition with the contemporary to a state-of-the-art technologies through lectures and workshops held by specialists dispatched from Japan. In addition, in order to promote support for Japan and better understanding of Japan through Japan studies, MAOFA implements the following activities, such as provision of information on studying in Japan through Japan diplomatic mission overseas and building alumni networks of the foreign nationals who have studied in Japan, and cooperation with the GET program which invites young people from aboard the local government in Japan, exchange program for youth and adults from Asia, North America, and Europe. Also sending visiting professors to universities and research institutions overseas. Last is grant program for research activities.
Japan exchange diplomacy. Japan has a long history of engaging in exchange diplomacy with countries around the world. Exchange diplomacy refers to the practice of promoting cultural, educational, and economic cooperation through various exchange programs, initiatives, and agreements. These exchanges help foster mutual understanding, strengthen bilateral relations, and promote people-to-people connections. Here are a few examples of Japan exchange diplomacy efforts. 1. Japan Exchange and Teaching GET Program. The GET program, established in 1987, brings thousands of young professionals from around the world to work in Japan as assistant language teachers, coordinators for international relations, and sports exchange advisors. The program aims to improve foreign language education and promote international exchange at the local level. 2. Japan International Cooperation Agency or GICA. GICA plays a vital role in Japan's exchange diplomacy efforts by providing technical assistance, training programs, and knowledge sharing to developing countries. GICA offers various programs such as volunteer dispatches, training courses, and academic research cooperation to promote sustainable development and foster mutual understanding. 3. Japan Foundation. The Japan Foundation is an organization dedicated to promoting cultural and intellectual exchange between Japan and other countries. It supports various cultural exchange programs, including exhibitions, performances, language education, and research projects. The Japan Foundation operates worldwide with branch offices in different countries. 4. Academic and student exchange. Japan has numerous agreements with universities and educational institutions worldwide to promote academic and student exchange. These agreements facilitate student mobility, joint research projects, and faculty exchange, fostering international collaboration in education and research. 5. Economic cooperation and business exchange. Japan actively engages in economic diplomacy by promoting trade, investment, and business exchange with other countries. The Japanese government organizes trade missions, business forums, and economic seminars to facilitate business collaboration and strengthen economic ties. These are just a few examples of Japan's exchange diplomacy efforts. Japan's commitment to fostering international cooperation and cultural exchange is reflected in numerous programs, initiatives, and partnerships across various sectors.
Japan's International Broadcasting (JIB's) business related to NHK's International Broadcasting Service. JIB is entrusted with the task of programming and transmitting NHK's International Broadcasting Service, NHK World Japan and NHK World Premium. JIB plays a vital role delivering the latest news and cultural content from Japan. JIB plans and produces sponsored TV programs that are aired on HAK World Japan within the program slot branded JIB TV. JIB helps to produce programs, videos, and helps to shape promotional events for clients who wishes to deliver quality content from Japan to the world.
潮風に溶けた面影は幻のままで今も